CyberPunk 2077 Stadia. Um, People ask me, hey, what's new with the patch 1.1 on Stadia? Well, to be honest with you, I never had any issues to begin with Stadia version. So I appreciate all of these patches and that they're available. That's awesome. But I never had any problems with the Stadia version. I clocked in close to 48 hours, almost 50 hours uh, gameplay into a Stadia version, and I haven't had any issues, haven't had any problems. I have live streams to prove that. I've done a 12-hour plus New Year's Eve live stream. I mean, there's tons of evidence to support that, to back that up. Do I see any difference here with the patch 1.1? Um, I I would say the lighting seems to be more natural. The lighting seems to be one of the key difference that I see here. They did, in my honest opinion, uh, beefed up the lighting effect, or if you want to call it, I don't know. Does this game have volumetric light? I think it does. Um, I think they worked on that. Textures look more redefined. You can like if you get out of the car, you can see the tire marks. You can see the detail, like right here. Uh, Textures on the car model always were good. Even that light down below on the car. Um, Shadows look good, but then there was never any issues with the shadows, in my opinion. Look, man, what can I say? This is 4K Stadia, and HDR on Stadia looks fantastic. Um, Now, why does people say, why you always say good things about why you so? No, here's the question that people ask me: why you so impressed with Stadia version? Well, here's the reason why. I'm impressed with the Stadia version because I don't have to buy an expensive PC. I don't have to spend $1,500 or $1,600 to enjoy something like this. I just need an internet, a good stable internet connection, and I can enjoy something like this. That's why I'm impressed. And this is coming from a guy who has multiple PCs. I have total of 4 PCs and tons of graphics cards. So I know how. I don't need anyone to educate me about the PCs. Please don't get offended. I've been around PCs for quite a long time. It's just you don't know me that well. So that's why I'm impressed by this. This doesn't mean that I'm some kind of like a Stadia fanboy holding some kind of a Stadia flag. No, I'm not. I'm just simply telling you what I am seeing here. And if it bothers you that Stadia version looks good, well, I can't help you there. I don't know what to tell you. It's like Christopher Walken. I told you. I don't know what to tell you. So this is the reason why everything looks like this is because we're in some kind of a storm, a sandstorm, and it's very nasty. But all in all, I don't know how much do they need to fix. I don't know how much do they need to patch up on a Stadia version because there weren't that many issues, if any, to begin with. I kept telling everybody, if you want to jump into Cyberpunk and you want to go through Cyberpunk and spend time playing Cyberpunk till Resident Evil Village, Stadia seems like the smoothest ride, the best option out there. I highly recommend it to everyone. And wow, this reminds me of this really reminds me of Mad Max. This is like Mel Gibson Mad Max. I love it, dude. Oh, this is awesome. Hold on. You can see there's plenty of traffic here. Plenty of traffic, not to worry about. People say, how can we know that this is Stadia version? Well, that's how you can know. There it is. You know, that's my name, Stadia Upscaler, 1936. So there you go. That's how I know. Or that's how you know that it's Stadia. Because people are always going to say, oh, maybe this is not Stadia. Maybe he's pulling some tricks, you know. These days, you have to prove everything. Okay? You even have to prove that you were born, you know. But anyway, look, everything has its benefits. Everything has its positives and negatives. Okay, obviously having a PC, having that Steam, there's so much you can do on the PC. So many different types of gaming experiences you can have. Endless of games you can play through community, independent developers, private independent developers. Dude, there's tons of stuff you can experience on the Steam, Valve, and of course having a PC and buying like I don't know, like a 24 terabytes of storage space. You can store all your games there, all of your workshops, mods. You can, you know, the modding is the one reason why PC is so popular, because people love mods, they love modding, and that's why the community is so huge, and I totally understand that. But, you know, just like everything else, it has its positives and negatives. You know, one of the negatives, obviously, you have to spend a lot of money to build a pretty high-end PC, a pretty good rig. You have to spend money on obviously building that PC, components, graphics cards, etc., CPU, memory, RAM, hard drive storage, all that stuff adds up, obviously. So when you look at cloud gaming, well, you know, one of the positives is that you don't have to build any PC, you don't have to spend money on memory, CPU, GPU, storage space. You don't have to do any of that, so you save money there. But negative is, if the service goes out of business, all of the games that you have purchased on Stadia will be gone. All of the stuff, let's say, well, I know why people are so afraid of cloud gaming, and I get it. I understand. I just want to say this for the record. You are afraid that 5 years from now, you will invest so much money into Stadia, let's say 400 games, 600 games, and one day Stadia decides, hey, we're going out of business, here's the reason why, blah, 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 blah. They go out of business, and you just lost 600 games, and you don't have any access to it, and that's gonna hurt. And this is why I recommend that Stadia becomes like HBO Max and Netflix, right, or Disney Plus. So they become like a subscription service where you don't have to pay for the games. You just pay for a subscription service, monthly subscription service, and then you have all of these games available. But I know why people are right now. They're still afraid of Stadia because they don't like paying a full price for a game that they don't own. And I understand that. I want people here who are watching this to be aware that I'm aware and I understand that. And I completely agree with you. It is a scary thought, paying full price for these games and then they're gone. We don't know. Whatever reason, they might go out of business. Just like Oppo, UDP 203, the Oppo Digital quit making Blu-ray players and they went to make a phone, and they're not even very successful at making a phone. So I don't know what was the decision for them to go to make a phone. Did they really think they could compete with Samsung and Apple? And then they had very successful 4K Blu-ray players and they quit. I don't know what was the decision behind that. So everybody here who's watching, please understand, I'm not here, holding a flag for any brand. I'm just enjoying technology. I'm enjoying all of the above. I'm appreciating the latest and the greatest in technology, whether it be virtual reality, new GPUs, new consoles, new games, whatever, etc., etc. I just love technology. All right, and I have everything. I have all of it except PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. But other than that, I have a bunch of VR headsets. I have a total of 11 VR headsets, bunch of monitors, consoles, etc., etc., PCs, laptops. I mean, the list goes down. It's a long list, okay? And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm simply saying that this makes me unbiased, independent, meaning that I have no fanboy DNA in me, okay? So that's all I want to clarify. But anyway, I don't know what else I can tell you. As you can see, it works just fine. No problems, no issues. Graphics are great. I never had any problems with the Stadia version. And I have live streams. I have videos since December 9th to prove that, to back that up. It's not just me talking here. I have evidence to back that up. And you are more than welcome to go and look into that evidence and see it for yourself. And you will see that there aren't any issues. All right. So I understand if you are before I end this video, I understand if you don't want to move in to Stadia version because you are afraid of paying a full price for something that's sitting on the cloud and you have no control over that. You want to have a ownership of that game. And I understand why you want to wait for PlayStation 5 version or a Xbox Series X version or a PC version, because you want to have the sense of ownership of that game. And I just want you to know, as I said previously, I totally understand. Okay? But I'm just here trying to tell you what I'm experiencing, my experience with all of these CyberPunk versions of the game. And I tested all of these versions, to two exceptions, Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, because I don't have it. But I did test it on Xbox One X. I did test it on PlayStation 4 Pro. I did test it on PC. I tested on GeForce Now. I tested on maximum settings. And of course, my own PC, obviously. Multiple of my own different PCs. I tested it. And of course, Stadia version that you're looking at here as well. All of that, it's documented for you to check and see. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. I pumped up 2 videos today. So there you go. There you have it. And I'll catch you later. Take care.